What's up, freaks? The Lush here. Gonna do a little video review for Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. It is put out by Magnet, who has just been on a fucking roll lately, putting out a lot of good stuff. Written and directed by Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim, of course, and starring them also. And there's just a whole shit ton of great appearances from other people in this movie. I'll get more into that in just a second. But basically, the movie it starts off with Tim and Eric doing a screening of the movie that they just made, which cost $1 billion, and supposedly starring Johnny Depp. And come to find out, they didn't actually get the right Johnny Depp. It was a cheap impersonator of Johnny Depp. And they put him in a suit made of all diamonds, and of course Tim and Eric are just like decked out. They're all tan and got all kinds of bling on and shit. And so you know, it's not hard to imagine where all of the money went. They have this whole like entourage, and they pay a guy to be their spiritual advisor, which is a very funny appearance by Zach Galifianakis. If you enjoy him. So anyway, the guy that funded this movie, played by Robert Loggia, who he absolutely looks just dead now. I don't know how old he is now, but he looks fucking dead. There was an old episode of Tales from the Dark Side, and it had Christian Slater in it, and his grandfather dies but doesn't realize that he's dead. That's kind of what Robert Loggia looks like in Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie, if you've ever seen that episode of Tales from the Dark Side. So he gets all pissed. Tim and Eric, they decide to just kind of make a break for it because they can't pay the money back. And while they're out having kind of one last party night, which has some very interesting things happen in it also, they see a commercial which has a funny appearance by Will Ferrell as the owner of a mall. And the mall's about to be shut down, so he's saying, "Come run my mall for me, you'll make $1 billion. And so they get the bright idea, like, yeah, let's go run this mall. We'll make $1 billion back, we'll be out of the shit. And also on this commercial, Eric sees a little testimonial from one of the shop owners at the mall, played by Twink Kaplan, and he falls immediately in love with her and wants her to have his babies and all this shit. So they end up going to the mall. They meet with Will Ferrell's character, and he pretty much just like dumps all this crap on him. He has a nephew there, played by John C. Reilly. He calls him Taquito, and he's just a sickly kid, and he lives there in the mall. He's got like this kind of, almost looks like a subterranean like mole man village almost. It's pretty funny. And so they hook up with Taquito, and they start trying to, you know, turn the mall around. And of course, all kinds of insanity ensues from that point on as they're trying to whip this mall back into shape. Like I said, a lot of really funny appearances from people. Like I mentioned, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Zach Galifianakis, Ray Wise, who's been around for a long time, plays this kind of really weird, like faith healer sort of guy, and the way that he does what he does is gross and kind of disturbing. Involving it involves his 4 sons, and they do something to heal you, and it's pretty gross. I'll leave that one kind of in the dark and just let you experience that for yourself. But yeah, it's pretty good. All in all, I mean, I was expecting a little bit more from it, but I mean, overall, it's pretty solid, pretty funny. If you're a fan of the show, definitely watch it because you will enjoy it. If you're not a fan of the show, I don't know, maybe watch the show first before you watch the movie to see if you're into it, because they're a little out there. This movie also has one of the stranger sex scenes that I've probably ever seen with Tim Heidecker and Twink Kaplan. Really weird stuff. But yeah, no, check it out. Especially, like I said, if you're a fan of the show, give it a watch. You most likely will enjoy it. As far as my rating goes, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I had a lot of fun with it, so if you feel up to it, check it out. That's about all I got for now, so thanks for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.